What is going on, guys? I'm in my Suzuki Carry right now. I am in the process of installing my new radio. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you why I am changing my radio in the first place, and that's because this one is super outdated and they come as like a 2-for-1. So the radio is the speaker and also it only plays AM. So yeah, what am I going to do with that? There's like no good AM channels. Obviously we have Bluetooth and all this stuff now, so I kind of wanted to get a more advanced 2026 radio, and I bought this one in China. I'm going to go ahead and show you it right now. It came in super beat up. You know how those things come in. But before I show you that one, let's go ahead and show you the original one that's on the car right now. So this is the original radio. As you can see, it has a speaker right here and the different channels. Not very much different options, but it does look awesome, does look cool. I just wish I can like upgrade this one alone to like a Bluetooth and more modern speaker, because this is, you know, a really nice looking radio and I like the stock look. But unfortunately it has to come out. But I did try to keep this stock look, so I'll go ahead and show you the new one right now so you can see what I mean. But yeah, this radio is just super outdated, and hopefully this new one fits in here perfectly. All right, so this is the new radio. As you can see, it has both speakers, kind of not like the other one because that one has just one on the side. But yeah, so there was two versions that I found on AliExpress, which is the China website that I buy most of my stuff. That's kind of cheap. And I found this one about 45 bucks, and it comes with this, the 2 wiring harness, a remote, and that's about it, which is right here. So it comes with this stuff. Now, one of the wiring harness is for like the other speakers and all that stuff. Since I'm not gonna need that, I think I'm just gonna go straight, just like the 3 wires that you're supposed to connect, which is the power and all that. So that should be enough to hopefully play these 2 speakers and make them work. But as you can see, it kind of has the same gray look, kind of stock. The only thing I don't like is this knob. I wish this just wasn't here at all, because it would definitely help with it looking a little bit more 90s and a little bit more stock. So if it wasn't for that, maybe I'll 3D print one and put a more retro looking one, but I think this one lights up, so maybe I can't do all that. But yeah, let's go ahead and install it. Okay, so I was checking how to remove this. I looked down here, I saw there's no screw there, but there would be one. Someone took it off beforehand. I checked down here to see if there's any screws. There's nothing down here. This you don't really remove. So I took this off, and this has a bolt here holding it. So as you can see, that bolt is holding on to that plastic as well. So I'm gonna start by removing this next screw and then go from there and see if I can pull it from under here. All right, so I was trying to pull from the inside here, like pull this out, and it was sort of coming out. It came out from the top, but I was seeing that this corner was getting stuck. There's a screw right there. You can see it right there, that little screw right there. And it's just, I guess I gotta remove that one so it can come out completely. Okay, I removed that one screw. So when I was pulling down here, like, it was getting stuck on this side. But as you can see, it might be coming out. That was actually pretty easy. Let me go ahead and disconnect these cables. So just took it out. This ground was connected to the left side of the radio with a screw. So just took that out. Obviously the antenna wire right here, just pulled that out. And the main harness, just went ahead and disconnected that. And here is the unit itself. Now I just gotta remove it from here. I see 2 little screws. Maybe that's how you remove it. Or maybe not. I think that's the face plate. No, yeah, I think we have to remove that because it moves in the bottom there. So let me go ahead and take those off on each side and then remove this this face plate. So I'm having a little bit of trouble. Just ended up removing this bottom plate, which is the screws in the side, the back here. So I'm able to take it off these little clips right here. That's what's kind of holding on the faceplate after you take off these screws. And there's some on the other side, but this thing is in the way to be able to like get to it. So now that it's off, I should in theory be able to just pull it out. Also make sure I remove the buttons, because this whole thing is like all together with the faceplate of the radio. And look how pretty cool that is, you know. That's a pretty crazy speaker. And it just has like a little duct thing to make the sound come this way. Pretty cool. So there's the faceplate that just came out, and now you're able to like take this out in between there. This has cables on it, so I'm not able to remove the faceplate completely. I don't know if there's like a little plug I'm able to take out, but that little cables there, can't really remove them, so that's fine. But maybe you can come up with a retro fit with the faceplate. That would be pretty cool. You know, one of you engineers could probably make that work. But yeah, let's go ahead and remove this whole thing. So you are able to remove the plug. I'm pretty sure you just remove these two bolts, and then you can just remove the motherboard and remove those plugs, and it should come out pretty easy. But I just went ahead and just took it out pretty easily without having to remove all that. So there it is now. Let's see how the radio fits on here. Of course, want to be careful because it's super old plastic. This is usually super brittle and breaks pretty easily, but this one came out, you know, fairly easy for how old it is, and pretty simple. So this is pretty much what it would look like once it's on, but just wanted to see if it would fit in the first place. Never know. I haven't put the metal piece in there to go ahead and connect it all together, so let me go ahead and put that on. So just installed the carrier plate. Now I did pull these little tabs up on the bottom and top side so it can stay, but it still has a little bit of a shake. There's a very little play in there, so I might go ahead and cut, because you can see those, but they won't. They're like angled or to the point where I don't think I can pull them up good enough for it to stay. So I'm probably gonna have to cut a little piece to, I don't know, make it stay, or put something so it can stay a little better, because I don't want that. You can hear that, that's like literally just it shaking, so I don't want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe cut this little piece a little more, like a line here, and then just pull this tab up. It would have been nice if the tab would have pulled right up right in there, as you can see, but it wouldn't catch. So I'm gonna have to go make my own little cut here so it can fit a little better, and possibly make my own cut on the side here so it can also fit a little better. So here it is, completely on. I did put a couple of white tape that I had laying around to stop any little vibrations, because it still has a little bit of vibration, a little bit of play. Still has it, but this stopped it a lot more. There's really not much you can do because the metal's already kind of doing it. Now, if you were to bend the metal probably to like over that little plastic right there to, you know, hold it down, maybe that would work. But you know, this is good enough. It doesn't need too much, in my opinion. But it looks really good. Let's go ahead and put it on. So I just finished cutting this plug out of the motherboard. Very weird how they had it. The reason I cut this plug off is because it's the one that connects to the radio or to the wiring harness in the car. And I want a very OEM kind of, you know, connection. And so I went ahead and removed this plug, but I thought it was very weird how it was set up. I had to grind off the two screws that were on here because they were soldered on there for some reason. Like, it was so weird. So yeah, so the screws were soldered on, the motherboard was soldered on, so it wasn't like you could just unscrew it. And these cables weren't connected to any cables. They were connected to the motherboard, and then two other cables connected to the motherboard that connects to the wiring harness. So very crazy design, but yeah, I was able to cut it out. So now I'm gonna go ahead and solder the radio harness that it came with to this, and then this will connect to the car harness, and then obviously the radio harness will connect to the radio. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So just finished soldering up the wires. As you can see, it's a real clean look. Ended up using the plug that I said, soldered them up over here and just put heat shrink on them. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you the way that they go, the diagram pretty much. So you have the diagram here. So as you can see, the red is the accessory. So here's the red, it's on this side, and that cable is the full white cable. So the 12-volt 24-hour switch, which is the yellow, goes to the black and white cable right here, as you can see. So that's the diagram, and that's the way you wire it up. And then the ground, that one I haven't connected. This one I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap around on here and then just heat shrink it, because there's really no other way. I don't feel like making a full-on connector for that. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that's connected. So let's go ahead and plug everything up, heat shrink that up, and then put the radio in. All right, so here it is, all connected and with the plate on. I haven't bolted anything down, just put it in there for now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the switch. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. So there it is. There is different light modes. Maybe it's gonna go through all of them right now, but I can change it to look maybe to the original orange. That'd be cool, maybe not. But let's see if there's any type of oh, there we go. Don't want to get any type of copyright, but it does work. I'm pretty sure once I connect the Bluetooth, it's gonna work really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, guys, I'll leave you there with that. Not much more I need to do, just screw everything back on. But very happy with the way it looks. It looks very OEM in a sense. If it wasn't for that power button, I think it would totally look original. But as you saw, it had lights, so that has to stay on. I can't really make a custom one. But yeah, it looks super cool. Works like normal. I'm pretty sure that speaker is amazing once I do actually connect it to Bluetooth with like a good connection. And at the end of the day, you can still connect more speakers to it. It does have the front and the back and all that, but obviously I don't want to put any more speakers. You could make like custom brackets like on these holes, or you know where the handle should be. Maybe you can put like a little speaker there, but I don't want all that in here. I just want that, you know, radio with the speakers, so I don't mind that. But yeah, guys, please like, subscribe, and I'll try to get more content for you guys on the Suzuki Carry later in the future. Later.